This is 7 National News. Here are the headlines. Experts concerned about food sustainability. ADEC reveals new regulations. Cancer treatment hospital progressing on schedule. And in our top story, food sustainability is among the main concerns in the food industry across the globe, according to experts. While keeping abreast with the changing trends and new technology available is important, they say many companies are now adapting to the challenge and are offering solutions that aim to maximize available resources, as well as help address the difference between the growing demand and supply.
According to the Food Service Consultant Society International, an association promoting professionalism in food service and hospitality consulting, the gap between food demand and supply is now a global challenge. More than keeping up with the trends, they say promoting sustainable development is an essential element for many cooking technology in the market.
One of the big, well, I wouldn't say trend, but a change what's going on in food service world is sustainability, of course. It's in all kind of industries, but it's also in our industry. And it's not only about design, but we feel that it's becoming more and more important for our clients to know the TCO, is what we call the total cost of ownership for equipment. That's on the design side. On the management side, it is very important that we realize that for, well, maybe in 10 or 20 years there will be less opportunities for, I would say that there will be less ingredients.
Companies such as Manitowak, a global company, is currently promoting its kitchen range to the Middle East region. According to them, these products are suitable to the growing food industry as it saves time in food preparation without sacrificing quality and efficiency. This 3-course meal was prepared in just 6 minutes using these machines.
Enabling an investor to have a smaller kitchen, very good productivity, very sustainable equipment, very low energy consumption, very ergonomically, very easy to use, yet give some space back to the planners to create more space in the restaurant to enable the business to generate more revenue, basically.
Hygiene and safety is also a major concern, and the kitchen has a big role to play in it, according to experts. As such, many foodborne diseases come from ill practices in the kitchen.
We participate to change the habits of the cooks and to introduce more hygiene in their equipment, more ergonomics in their way of working, and the safety in terms of when you clean the equipment, you don't have to cut your fingers. So we make special equipment to protect the people who use the equipment.
These are just some of the companies offering the latest in kitchen supplies, technology, and solutions at the 16th edition of Gulf Food this year. While they hope to have a slice of the thriving Middle East and GCC markets, they also hope to raise the quality and standard of food safety, quality, and service. Khadija Sali, 7 National News.
The Abu Dhabi Education Council has revealed new regulations that will require schools and their principals to protect children's rights. Private schools in Abu Dhabi will have to frame the procedure to deal with child abuse complaints and equip school buses with cameras and GP systems. The school principal, as the pupil's guardian, will have to report any incident of abuse to the authorities within 24 hours. According to local reports, an ADEC official clarified that the new regulations were not prompted by any major complaints of child abuse. The Emirates Identity Authority has announced that the national ID card registration will be linked with residence visa issuance and renewal in Ras Al Khaimah from Tuesday. Ras Al Khaimah residents will now have to possess an ID card before applying for or when renewing their visas. This has already been implemented in Al Khain and Fujairah as part of EDA's 2010-13 strategy to enrol all expatriates in the country as part of the process to procure a residence visa. An EDA representative has stated that the residence visa application form should have the EDA's seal as proof of registration. Experts have raised concern at the latest figures that reveal that at least 80% of women who develop breast cancer in the Middle East are found to be at the advanced stages, where the chance of a cure is very low. The top international experts are of the opinion that increasing mammography screening rates and investing in research to improve breast cancer detection technologies should be top priorities across the region. The Breast Cancer Conference, to be held during the Arabic Congress in Obstetrics and Gynecology, will take place in April at the Dubai World Trade Center in a bid to shed greater light on the issue and progress on solutions. This February the 28th marks the 4th International Rare Diseases Day. In light of this, over 40 countries worldwide will be organising awareness, raising activities converging around the slogan, Rare by Equal. To celebrate the UAE's involvement in World Rare Diseases Day, the first UAE Genetic Metabolic Conference was held in Dubai, bringing together healthcare professionals, experts and the general public to raise awareness of genetic disorders.
Danny is 1 year old, an incredibly happy child, and looks physically normal. However, Danny has Joubert syndrome, a rare genetic disorder that affects abnormal brain development, resulting in decreased size of cerebral vermis and other brain abnormalities. Most infants with Joubert syndrome have weak muscle tone, episodes of unusually fast or slow breathing, and abnormal eye movements.
When he was born, we noticed that he had very rapid breathing, which is actually supposed to be normal for a newborn. Over the next coming day, though, we noticed that it still persisted, which is not normal behavior for a child at that point. So we took him to the hospital, and they determined that no, it was not normal. And after a whole battery of tests, and they basically discovered that yes, he does have a genetic flaw, and they were able to diagnose it as a result. He doesn't have a lot of the physical disabilities that you would see in other children. What he has is his muscles are weaker than usual, and developmentally he is delayed. Now, of course, it means that things that we would normally do at a younger age, he would do at an older age.
Danny's case was completely unexpected, as his mother is American and his father Emirati, precluding concern for consanguinity. Both parents are not affected, nor do they display any signs they are carriers of the recessive gene. Defining a rare disease may differ by country or region. In Europe, a disease or disorder is defined as rare when it affects less than 1 in 2,000, while in the US, a disease is rare if it affects fewer than 200,000. So far, there are 6,000 to 8,000 classified rare diseases that are characterized by a broad diversity of disorders and symptoms that vary not only from disease to disease, but also from patient to patient suffering from the same disease. Relatively common symptoms can hide underlying rare diseases, leading to misdiagnosis and delayed treatment. Fortunately for Danny, his parents were vigilant and raised their concerns immediately and were able to quickly address the syndrome and seek professional care. Today, Danny is supported by an expert team at Al Wasl Hospital.
Usually the patient who has Joubert syndrome, they had developmental delay, mainly the mentally and the motor. The motor milestone, they usually improved, and the mentally affected, the cognitive affection is range from the normal to severe. He had also getting an extensive physio occupational speech therapy in our rehabilitation center at Al Wasl Hospital.
Although no cure exists for many rare diseases, important gains continue to be made with the increase of international cooperation in the field of clinical and scientific research, as well as sharing of scientific knowledge about rare diseases. Through conferences and awareness campaigns, the UAE aims to reduce the numbers of genetic disorders in the UAE and help advance the development of new diagnostic and therapeutic procedures. June Wrigley, 7 National News.
Authorities have confirmed that plans for a dedicated cancer treatment hospital in Dubai are progressing according to schedule. According to a local newspaper, the Dubai Health Authority is meeting with experts, doctors and pharmaceutical companies to identify how the centre could best meet their requirements. The study, commissioned at the start of 2011 by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, should be completed by June. And in our world news, New Zealand Prime Minister John Key today announced a global fundraising appeal to aid the recovery effort on the ground after the devastating earthquake on Tuesday. Search and rescue crews are still painstakingly taking extra care in searching for the rubble for the survivors. The workers admit, though, that this is making the process even slower, and they ask people to understand. In the affected areas of Christchurch, many homes are still without storage, cooking facilities and water, while some have been forced into makeshift shelters. To aid the recovery process, Key launched a global fundraising appeal relying on online sites and international allies, although he did stress he was already overwhelmed by the international support. The official death toll has risen to 147, with 200 still missing.
We believe this is an earthquake of worldwide proportions, and we believe that around the world will receive substantial support for the fund. We'll be promoting it not only through Facebook, but also calling on some of our friends at places like Time Warner.
The Thai Narcotic Suppression Bureau made at least 2 arrests in Bangkok and 1 other in a neighbouring province as part of a government crackdown on drugs. Police also confiscated weapons, methamphetamine tablets and bottles of ketamine during the raids, aiming at stemming the growth of drug use in the country. According to the NSB, the number of heavy drug use in Thailand, mostly amphetamine, increases by about 100,000 each year. Thailand's Deputy Prime Minister said last month the government was aiming to reduce the spread of drug use within 3 months. And later on, Oscar hopefuls walk down the red carpet at the Independent Spirit Awards. But up next, Linda Berenger has the day's business news.